make as many mistakes as I wanted in that site, but I knew that in the long run I wasn't bothered about pushing that one forward. It has now passed away, bless it. I think that there's something called the wind back machine, or there's something, you can still see it. Yeah, Wayback Machine, thank you. So it is still there in the Wayback Machine, but it's not, you won't search and find it anymore. But from the lessons I learnt from that site, I then moved on to Tokyotopia. For both sites I used this process, by the way. I used SiteCell for both. And this is the process, so CTPM. Before you ever think about making money online using or building something the way I have, you've got to have content first. Depending on what your subject is, depends on how much content you're going to need to write before somebody or the search engines will start ranking you and finding you. I now realise, I started my site, gosh, 2008? Where are we now? Yeah, 2008, April 2008, I started writing. I was planning it before that. I started writing in 2008. I'm now getting, in the last week, I'm hitting around 1,000 visitors a day, which for me, I'm absolutely stoked about that. I know it's nothing compared to some of the bigger websites, but it's growing, and it's continually growing. Let's say, if you were to choose a topic like, I don't know, if you have a specialism in fibromyalgia or something, then you're more likely to be found because there's less information out there perhaps, or there's less information written in this style. It depends what your competition is. So when you plan this, you're going to look at what your competition is out there. It'll give you an idea of how much and how long you need to spend before you're going to start featuring in the search engines. So once you've got enough content, then you start to attract the traffic. Once you get the traffic, you can then start to think about, okay, how am I going to start to turn this into a business? What can I do that will turn this into a business? And in doing that, if you've written good content, the P is already done. That's the thing here. The whole point of pre-selling people is if you know what you're writing about, if you believe in what you're writing about, it's done. You know, you don't have to think of it as, oh, I must write these sale words or whatever. I never ever do that. The only thing I write for is the keywords. And then the last bit is the monetization. The thing I would say with this one, and I'm going to look at specific models later, but the mistake that I've seen some people make, including me, and I've now changed that, is you stick maybe 4 or 5 different monetization options on one page. That's a huge mistake because you're giving people they don't know what you want them to do. So you've got to make a decision. What do you want the person on that page to do when they arrive on it? So my little reminder to myself for every single page I write is, what's my MWR? What's my most wanted response? What do I want that person to do on my page if I get my wish? If they're just coming for information, great, I've got the information. But what you've got to, again, I found this difficult myself because I'm not naturally a salesperson. So this idea of making money online, I love the writing bit, and I do want to make money online, but it was like, ugh, it doesn't feel right. And then somebody said to me, look, this person's looked for this information. They've searched, they've found your site, you've given them this information. But if they want that extra package and you are not offering them it, there's only you that you're shooting in the foot, not them. They're going to go somewhere else and find it. And that really changed my thinking. So once I got the content, I know what I want people to do, then it's up to your ethics to pick things that are truly valuable, that will help somebody. But the bottom line for me with that one is, if you don't do that right from the get-go, you can lose your reputation very, very quickly online. Word spreads. Social media now can kill you in 2 seconds flat, so do the research. Don't recommend a product, don't recommend something unless unless you've used it yourself and you're happy. You know, of course we're not all the same, but you can legitimately say, well, I used it, it was great. This is just a little brainstorm. If you're thinking, well, what kind of topics can I write about online? There's so many. My brain these days, I try not to think about what my next site's going to be, because I find the whole thing really exciting. But I'm limiting myself. I must get Tokyotopia to a certain point before I do this. Otherwise it's all going to go bang. But it really is, it's an encyclopedia online. So if you've got a passion, if you've got an interest and you can write about it, go for it, I would say. So then moving on to that